Hey, let me show you something. Come on. Come on. Here, have a look at this. Right here. All right, episode 100. Holy shit. Yeah, it's a crazy episode. It's also 4th of July, Tuesday. Happy 4th of July. Happy birthday, America. All right.
Based.
Listen, we got our own problems, but I love you, America. Good guy. Or girl. I don't know. I think America's a girl because of the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, and there's one of the America songs references America as she.
She.
Stand beside her and guide
Oh,
her, I think.
Oh my goodness. It's
I don't remember what it is, but
yeah, I can't remember. I also turned 21, so
based.
nothing has changed in my life except I can now ruin my body. So that's pretty cool.
This is my first podcast episode being 21.
That's
as
true.
Well, so.
That's true. You did record the ping pong tournament being 21. Did you?
No, because it was June 12th I turned 21. We finished the tournament the weekend before.
June 4th.
Yeah.
That's correct. So so this is your first piece of content.
Correct.
As a 21-year-old. So yeah, pretty crazy. Gonna be honest, I'm super behind on my editing for the ping pong tournament. So we're gonna bang this shit out, baby. I'll just give some previews, I guess. So the episodes are gonna be quick hitters. That's not because I'm behind. I knew they were gonna be like quick, like 15, maybe 20-minute episodes at the best. Because it's gonna be 8 to 9 episodes. So that's 15 to 20 minutes, maybe even 10 for some, just depending on how long the rounds were. Like yours might not be that long, just because of it. That series was the best of 3. It was the best of 3 series.
Well, I think, quality over quantity as far as my content goes,
That's true. We can't, I mean, I don't want to skip out on anything, but we got some good quotes. It's a process, man. It's going to be a fucking problem. I actually just, yesterday I had to transfer all the content, all the video content over to iMovie, and I did it all at once. You want to guess how long it took for it to upload into iMovie?
I don't want to overestimate because then that'll be lame. So I'm just going to go with 2.5 hours.
10 hours.
Jeez.
10-hour uploading into iMovie. That's how much is in there. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's fucking. Let me. So I think like a 5-minute video is like a couple gigabytes. We had a lot of 5-minute videos.
Dang.
Jared from Subway level video. That's how much. Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. So on my birthday, I saw the new Indiana Jones movie.
Very nice. Was it good? I haven't seen it.
I'm gonna say. Now I'm not the best with movie reviews when it comes to new movies, because when I watch the movie, I get in. I kind of get into it. I'm like, oh man, this is a pretty good movie. I always walk out and I'm like, all right, that wasn't bad. There's a very small amount of movies that I will walk out and say that was awful when I'm actually in the theater.
Well, you're a Marvel fan, so your movie opinion's irrelevant.
No, I'm not. But it was a good movie. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. At the beginning, I'm gonna have spoilers. So spoiler alert if you want to see it. At the beginning of the movie, he's young and they use CGI on him, and the CG's pretty good on his face, but like the voice does not match up at all. He sounds old. Like his voice is very gravelly compared to what it was 30
Is it
years ago.
is it supposed to be Harrison Ford in the other Indiana Jones, like that age?
Yeah, so it starts out in 1945. He's fighting the Nazis right before
Okay.
they lose, right before they like officially lose. Like the Fuhrer had gone missing at that point, and yeah, it was like very close. He even said like you guys lost or something like that to them. And so then it jumps ahead to where he's older, and it's like probably actually it was 1969. It was during the moon landing, and he's
Gotcha.
like noticeably much older. Like he's probably in his 40s. I don't think the time jump makes sense because in 1945 in the movie he looked like he was like in his 30s, probably
Yeah.
like mid 30s. They jumped to 69 and he looks like he's in like his 70s. So I'm like that time jump doesn't make any sense cuz he would have been, if he was in his 30s, he probably would have been in like his 50s at that point.
Yeah.
By 1969. So I was like, what is going on here? This is insane. Um, and then the ending is very unique. Do you care about Indiana Jones at all?
I do care, but if you spoil it, I won't be mad.
So they're looking for Archimedes. I can't remember what they called it, but it's this thing where basically Archimedes, the mathematician, was able to calculate where time warps or like time rips basically in the earth or like on Earth
Mm-hmm.
will be, so you can jump back in time. Um, and the Nazis end up, because the Nazis still like quote exist because the Nazis did help us with the moon landing, and the Nazis steal it and they basically they're able to they're able to use it, and they're trying to go back in time so they can kill Hitler and fix the mistakes that Hitler made at the time. So they're able to go back in time in the movie. It's a very unique thing. They have to fly a plane into a storm to get to the time rift. And they didn't calculate for continental drift. So they actually end up going back to like 800 BC or 800 AD when I don't remember the time. And they meet Archimedes and their plane crashes and then they get out somehow. And Indiana Jones like wants to stay back. He was like, no, I want to stay back and like, my wife divorced me, my son is dead, like I have nothing left here. And they're like, nope. And then they punch him, they knock him out so that they just kidnap him back to their own time.
Oh,
And I mean, it was I think it was interesting because I haven't really been an Indiana Jones fan, and I haven't seen any of the other ones.
it sounds like Fortnite.
It's
Hop into the rift, fly
a
the
little
plane
bit.
into the storm.
Indiana Jones is just like Fortnite. I wouldn't be shocked
They
if they
have
put Indiana
Indiana
Jones.
Jones. He's in Fortnite. They put him like a season or two ago
Indiana Fortnite?
because both my brothers bought him.
How old are your brothers?
um, I think 25 and 27 or 28. Yeah,
Bro.
but they love Indiana Jones. So, and they play Fortnite occasionally just for fun. But when they added Indiana Jones, they had to buy him.
Oh my god. Are you embarrassed about that?
uh,
A little bit.
not as embarrassed as other people. As embarrassed I am for other people that I know that bought literally like hundreds of skins. At least they just spent a couple bucks on Indiana Jones.
I remember, dude. I was just thinking back, and I was thinking about like playing Fortnite in, I think it was like junior year. We would play it at lunch at the
Yeah.
lunch table on our phones, and we would get into it. I mean, that shit was fun. And then I tried to transfer over to the Xbox, and it was just not the same. I was like, dude, this fucking sucks. I'm also terrible at video games.
Mhm.
and I was like, this is not fun. I would just camp in a bush. That's literally
That's
what
what
I would
I
do.
would. I hated playing solos, like because I feel like Fortnite's so much more fun with friends. So when I would play by myself, I'd just camp in a bush.
Well, I'll say this. I saw somebody say this. Video games, like when you can play in groups, that's just so men can talk to each other on the phone all night. Like we're not mad. We're yeah. That's no. That's what it is, Lleyton. That's what it is.
Well, because I think it's different because it's like I don't get on just to talk to my friends. Like I wouldn't be able to talk to them for that many hours if we weren't doing something as well.
You don't like your friends that much.
Correct. I'm kidding. I mean, like sometimes. I mean, we're just on here talking. Sometimes I just talk to Luke for like a couple hours, but I
That's
think
true.
it's. I think it's also. I disagree with that point. I think we enjoy playing video games because it's a game. It's fun, and we just so happen to do it with our friends, and we just so happen to talk the entire time we do it.
uh, a bunch of people at ESPN got laid off.
I heard something about Disney just being in rock bottom, and I heard a little bit about just stuff going bad at ESPN. I don't know much about the details of it.
So it says Disney, which owns ESPN, is laying off 7,000 employees. Holy shit. Yeah, Bob Iger said they would lay off 7,000 employees before the third round of layoffs will then occur before the beginning of summer. This was from March. Let's look at the list of ESPN layoffs. There were some shocking ones, like some ones I really did not think would happen. Jeff Van Gundy, who was a big NBA analyst, was let go. Andrew Marchand, or no, I'm sorry, Jalen Rose, also a big NBA analyst, was let go as well. I'm glad. I'm first of all, I'm sick and tired of ESPN constantly covering the NBA. It's nobody gives a shit about the NBA. It's not fun. Like it's not what the NFL is. They try to make it what the NFL is. It's not.
Hmm.
Like the playoffs are fun to watch. I love watching the NBA playoffs, but like the NBA regular season is fucking boring as hell. Max Kellerman got laid off. I don't know if you recognize any that name. Max Kellerman was on with Stephen A. Smith for a while. He's the guy. I think he's the guy that said he would have Andre Iguodala, like with the Martians have the have their finger on the red button. I want
I've I've
Iguodala.
I've seen that clip. Yeah.
That's him. I think that's him.
Dang.
Let me look it up. You know what? Let's play that clip again. I want to watch that clip again.
What a character. How could they lay him off?
He that is absolutely shocking that they laid him off. I mean, I kind of get it, but he's had a large impact on the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Disney also just released Elemental, and that was like the
That
second
thing
biggest
fucking
flop
bombed.
in Pixar history or something.
I think it did worse than the Flash. We'll talk about the Flash after we watch this hilarious video.
On the line, one shot. Who would you rather have taking it, Iggy or Curry?
Of everyone on Golden State, open shot, fate of the universe on the line, or the Martians have the death beam pointed at Earth. You better hit it. I want Iguodala. Iguodala's got ice water in his veins. Iguodala is that type of player. High moment, fate of the universe on the line. I want open shot. Not go get it. I want Iguodala taking that shot for me.
Just anybody who doesn't understand what the fuck we're talking about. Steph Curry leads he's the number one player in the NBA, like of all time in 3-pointers.
Mm-hmm.
3-pointers made, not taken. 3-pointers made. He might have it taken as well, but he's the NBA, the best shooter in NBA history, from three at least. So just the most outrageous thing I've ever heard from anybody. But you know what? Shooters got to shoot, right? You got to shoot. You got to
He's
take a
got to
shot,
get
right?
famous somehow.
Like Iguodala. Iguodala's got to take his shots, right? Keyshawn Johnson also got cut. Susie Colbert, who's been there 27 years, got laid off, which was fucking insane. June Lee, who was a he did he was like an MLB staff writer. He wrote about the Red Sox a lot. He got cut. Ashley Brewer as well. David Pollock, Jason Fitz, Steve Young, and Matt Hasselbeck, two former NFL quarterbacks. Steve Young, I think he's a Hall of Famer. Todd McShay, he was a big NFL draft expert, also got cut. Neil Everett, I think he quit, but it was probably more like a pushing him out type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
The Flash. So, brother, I'm just dancing. I'm dancing on their graves right now because I told you guys. I fucking told you guys. James Gunn said that this was the greatest superhero movie that has ever been made. That's what he said before this movie was released. Which is just so sad that is the standard that DC is being held up to. Because I'm a DC guy through and through. All right, Marvel is my enemy. Marvel has won though. Like Xbox. Hold on. Xbox
Marvel
admitted that
fanboy
that PlayStation. Xbox just admitted that PlayStation is better, right? They just said that.
Since when? Is that
like last
real?
week? I think so.
I gotta fact check that.
Jamie, pull that up.
Oh my goodness, it's coming up as a top result.
What does it say?
I guess Microsoft said that the PlayStation 5 is running some games better.
From what I know about game consoles, and I had an Xbox when I was a kid, but I don't even have game consoles anymore. From what I understand, PlayStation has been better, like unapologetically, because I drafted the Xbox 360 logo in our logo draft last week, in the company logo draft. Great, that was a great pick because the animation is fucking cool. You know how they kind of had it. It was just awesome. I already explained it on the logo draft, but from what I understand is that the PlayStation overall is better. They have better games. I don't really understand. I don't fucking know. I don't know shit about it. But I think it's not even a hot take to say that Marvel has been better than DC in the last 15 years, probably. Like right after The Dark Knight came out. That honestly, I'll say this. The Dark Knight coming out ruined DC. It really did.
Because it was too good a movie. They just couldn't match it.
Yeah. LeBron is terrible for basketball because he's just too good. MJ, terrible for basketball because he won 6 titles in like 8 years, and 2 of those years he didn't even play. Or he 1 year he came back mid-season. But The Dark Knight is... So Marvel watches Superman the movie, the original Superman movie with Christopher Reeve, every time they make a movie. They watch it before they make it. They say, this is what we want to emulate. I still consider that one the greatest superhero movie of all time. Just it literally launched superhero movies that we know today. But The Dark Knight is like number 2 or 3. I mean, it's a fantastic movie, and I love what they did with Man of Steel, and it's a very unpopular opinion, but I love what they did with Batman vs Superman and Zack Snyder's Justice League. But DC is just trying to emulate, I guess, what Nolan did, when they should do their own damn thing. Like, let the director do what they want. Like, that's their problem. The people over at Warner Brothers are fucking idiots. because they don't let the director do what they want. They're constantly meddling in what they want to do or in what the director wants to do. And I think the director at this point knows better than Warner Brothers or any of the executives know.
I think your mic might be kind of quiet.
Can you not hear me?
Oh, there we go. For a little bit, like it almost sounded like a wire got loose, but you're good now.
Okay. Yeah, I was just going on. I'm just ranting. It's just so frustrating to see how DC is just fallen. I mean, actually, let's say really since The Dark Knight Rises. I mean, that was like I think
Dark
that
Knight
was
Rises
the cut.
was fantastic.
That was the cut point of like great DC movies here, and it just again, I think Man of Steel is my favorite of all time. I understand it's not better than The Dark Knight, but it's my favorite watch. But after The Dark Knight, it just kept going down, and like the Batman obviously was very good. That was a good movie. The Joker was good. I enjoyed that, but like they can't. I don't know what's wrong with some of the other heroes. They just can't do it right. They just can't get it. And like, say what you want about Marvel now, but fucking 10 years ago, they were pumping out. I mean, they had the Avengers. The original Iron Man's a fantastic superhero movie. You got to say the original Iron Man's a great movie. You don't like it?
I like Captain America was probably the peak of Marvel. And even still, Captain America Winter Soldier, still someone's got it. Someone in that studio's got it. But then, don't know where he is nowadays.
Well, Captain America is like 90 years old now. They can't do it anymore.
Gone, bro. Well, like,
just,
I don't know. They're all garbo, bro. I didn't even like the Batman, to be honest. Yeah.
Why? Too long?
No, it just, I don't know. Like the Riddler, and it was kind of a joke. Didn't care for Catwoman at all.
You didn't like her? I thought she did pretty good. I liked Anne Hathaway better.
Agreed. And I think my problem with Catwoman in this one is that, I don't know. It's like, okay, she's like, dating this girl. Girl dies. Literally, like, not even 2 hours later, she's kissing Batman. So weird. And then also, like, Anne Hathaway's Catwoman was like this strong.
Wait, were they dating or were they roommates?
They were. I'm 90% sure they were dating, because I believe Anne Hathaway was also dating her, because she was also with like some other thief girl. I don't know like what the comic books are like, but they both. Well, Anne Hathaway's and Zoe Kravitz.
I think Catwoman in the comics has been lesbian as well. I don't know, but like, I can't remember the movie that well too. Like, I don't really think I can remember specific details, so it might have been super obvious.
I will say there were action scenes that I really liked of it. Like, I didn't just like hate the movie. I just thought it was all right. I don't think it deserves the hype it got.
The one part that really got me, like, I don't know, it just freaked me out, was when those kids punched that guy just jogging down the street, just like knocked him out cold. You remember that part?
I don't. Was it just like some random?
It was establishing those kids that they had the face paint on.
Okay.
That was Batman. That was who Batman like kicked the shit out of, and kind of like early in the movie. In the subway.
That. The subway. What?
But anyways, there's a scene where there's like a bunch of these guys, and they're in the face paint, and they're filming some like just random guy jogging, and the kid comes up and just sucker punches this guy jogging, and I don't know why, it just made me feel like, ugh, like I was like, what the fuck is like, because I think I could see that really happening to somebody now, like somebody I guarantee you that's somewhere on Twitter where like somebody can just be minding their own business and somebody will just fucking beat the shit out of him for no reason.
Oh, okay. I do remember this scene. I just pulled it up on YouTube.
I don't know why. It just makes me feel something like inside is just that's wrong, like completely wrong.
Yeah, I
And it's
get
a movie.
that.
I mean, it's not like a big deal, but it's just bizarre to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like meanie heads either.
And then I guess stemming from the Flash, because of course they fucking cut Henry Cavill's Superman from it because they're morons. I mean, they don't know what they're doing. Everybody wants Henry Cavill as Superman. That's most people. I think I just absolutely ripped ass on the mic. I might. I don't know if you caught it, but
I heard something, but I didn't think that's what it was.
I
thought
honestly
it was
kind of
just, like,
hope that I honestly kind of hope the mic caught that. That'd be fucking hilarious.
it was.
Yeah. But they cut Henry Cavill. They add. I mean, it's already out. It was literally in the news. The director leaked it. Nicolas Cage as Superman is one of them. As a cameo, which that was from the Superman Lives documentary. It was about it was a documentary about a scrapped movie from Tim Burton, where Nick Cage was supposed to play Superman in like this kind of wacky role, but it was supposed to be pretty cool. And they brought him back for the Flash movie because I mean that's cool. I'm glad. I would like to see a movie with Nick Cage as Superman. I think he would actually not be terrible in with Tim Burton. Which I don't even know if Tim Burton's still alive, but they had CGI Christopher Reeve come in as Superman, which is just so disrespectful. And like, if the CGI was good, I would be like, all right, that's fine. But the CGI literally looked like a video game. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Then they had Supergirl in that same scene as well from the 1980s. Not Melissa Benoist, which you would think maybe they would try and get her to do it. There was George Clooney as Bruce Wayne. He didn't dress up to play Batman. He just played Bruce Wayne. Adam West, I think, was in it very quickly in like a blink and you'll miss it role. Obviously, Michael Keaton's Batman was in it as well. They didn't do Brandon Routh, which he was in Superman Returns. I really wish they would have done him. I want a series from. I mean, if DC was smart, they would just use all the old actors and make more out of that. I don't understand why they don't do that more. Why they don't try and bring back like Andrew Garfield for another Spider-Man movie, or Tobey Maguire for Spider-Man 4, unless he says he doesn't want to do it. But I have a hard time imagining that because he just did it. Like, why wouldn't they just say, fuck it, we'll make, if we make this movie, like, I guarantee you it would make money at the box office. There's no way it wouldn't. If Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield came back for, like, their older Spider-Man. How could it not make money? Be insane.
I feel like they wouldn't want to do it, though. I don't know.
Well, why would they do No Way Home?
Well, because it was just, like, a short thing.
They were in it, like, for a lot of the movie.
Like, yeah, but like it was probably just like some like I guess as part-time as it gets for something like that.
But like I feel like that's
like
they were immediate cash grab for them. They get to be in a Marvel movie. Like that's money. That's clear. That's like millions. They get to go on.
It was also probably a case of like, hey, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, you guys are going to be in this movie. Like, there's nothing you can't.
We'll kidnap you.
Yeah.
If you say no, like
we'll write you a blank check. You're gonna be in this movie.
Well, they should say we'll write you another blank check for Spider-Man 4 or The Amazing Spider-Man 3. Just do like I love that somebody had an idea of doing like you know the movie Logan, the Wolverine movie?
Yeah.
Somebody just said we should do that, but with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Just called Peter.
Just do a gritty Spider-Man, like he's older clearly. Gritty Spider-Man. I'd love that. That'd be awesome.
That would be interesting to see where Toby is at in his Spider-Man universe.
And then just say, here's a blank check, write whatever the fuck you want because we're going to make money on it no matter how much we pay you. Because every single person would go and see that. Anybody who saw the original Spider-Mans would go and see that.
I don't know. I also feel like Marvel already has their hands tied with Miles Morales Spider-Verse, so they might try to do other things.
Yeah, that was interesting. I saw something, Donald Glover. I saw a picture of him dressed up in the villain costume. Was
He's
he
just in it. He's in it for a moment.
Oh, he is though?
I think he just has one line, and it's like, "Haha, got him," and then like that's his part.
But he's in it.
He is in it.
That's pretty cool. Because ever since he was on Community, I think he's been trying to push to be. He was trying to push to be Miles Morales.
Yeah.
For a long time, and then is he the voice? I forgot.
No,
he's not the voice of Miles Morales.
I don't think so. It doesn't sound like him.
Hold on.
Hey, yo, it's Childish Gambino.
I actually still haven't seen this.
No, it's not him. Jake Johnson? Wait.
It's Spider-Man, though. Chris Pines plays a Spider-Man as well.
Oh, it's Shamik Moore. Hopefully I said that right.
Post Malone's in it. Liev Schreiber. Oh, he's Kingpin. I didn't know that.
Seasons change and I love when cold.
We got to set up a time to do the double feature of Oppenheimer and Barbie.
Bro, I don't even really care much for Oppenheimer. I just want to see the Barbie movie. Like, I know Oppenheimer will be like good, but like,
it's getting overhyped already.
Well, it's also weird seeing a Christopher Nolan movie where it's like I already know the beginning, middle, and end. Like,
it's so funny. It's like, oh my god,
building the bomb, we blow up Japan. Like that's basically all the leeway this movie gets.
Oh my god, I made a bomb and the bomb I made works.
like they'll find a way to like make it cool, but I don't know. A lot of like historical movies like that, it's tough for me to like get into because it's like, okay, I kind of know what happens for the most part.
Have you seen Air yet?
No, what? I haven't heard of that.
It's from Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. They did another one. It's about like the month that Nike was trying to get Michael Jordan.
Oh no, I have seen all the previews for that.
I'll tell you, I saw it. I mean, I love Michael Jordan. Like, I just love the story. I love guys who are able to be at like the top of their sport for so long. Like, I fucking hate Tom Brady, but I love him as well. Like, any documentary, I'll watch him. LeBron, my little schnookums, my Pookie Bear LeBron. I'll always watch any documentary about LeBron. I still gotta watch that movie. He had a movie come out on Peacock that I gotta watch. Michael Jordan.
Space Jam?
That was so bad. Oh my god, that was so bad. Did you see it?
I actually
Space Jam:
have not
A New Legacy.
Seen... Oh, I didn't see that one.
That's the LeBron one.
Okay, so is there one with Michael Jordan?
Yeah, the original Space Jam is with Michael Jordan.
Gotcha. I did not see the Legacy one with LeBron.
You should watch Space Jam, the original one. That one's cool.
I was really young when I did see it, so I only have like parts of it.
But maybe that'll be the movie we review. That will be a good one. That's a fun one.
Try to pick a good movie challenge.
Oh, shut the fuck up! Michael Jordan's actually Michael Jordan is really good in it I think he's great as an actor. Like, it's not. I don't think it's like a super challenging part to play.
Well, yeah, I mean, he did win 6 NBA championships to prepare for that role. So,
actually, I think he only won 3 at that time. But it's worth a watch. I would definitely watch Space Jam. That's a fun one to watch. Space Jam: A New Legacy is so unbearable to watch, but I remember I only watched it because of all the squeezable LeBron things, those toys that people were filling that people were filling up with water
Oh, I
and
did see
being
a bunch of those
and being
videos.
so perverted with. And then those things were going for like $200 on eBay because everyone was buying them up and just destroying them. Oh my god. Good lord. Oh, I almost ripped my fucking headphones out. I don't know how we got there, but yeah, I don't know how we got there. I have a couple thoughts from this week, Lleyton.
Mhm.
First off, if you're an adult twin, that's just weird, right? That's kind of creepy.
Why is that? Just because you look alike? Like that's like a kid thing?
It's kind of like I think it's just a kid thing to be a twin. Like if I hear like, oh, I have like my kids are twins, I automatically think they're like 10-year-olds. And then they
Yeah,
walk
that's
in and
true.
they're like 25. I'm like shouldn't have you guys fought to the death by now?
I've never seen like elder or heard of like twins over 30 years old. I mean, I actually the oldest twins I do know are 25, but I only
I
knew them.
think maybe they run out of like twin energy at 30 and then they just
Or they
combine
just
into
they
one.
disperse off to different parts of the United States and they just stop talking. They refer to them as their sibling, so you never know.
Well, no, I think maybe they just kill like they fake one of their own deaths and then they one of them fakes their own death and then they live as one twin in two different places.
Or they just they make copies of their social security card. They go by the same name.
What
I don't
if
know if there's a perk to that, but maybe
what
they
it
do.
what it let me ask you this. What if one of them they do a Hannah Montana situation? One of them I mean Hannah Montana was one person playing two people, but what if they do like one is like a superstar and the other one is like a regular ass Joe, and then they just switch off every month
Or
so they don't have to be too famous.
one of them works corporate job in New York City. The other one's in Los Angeles hustling drugs. The one in Los Angeles, oh, they got some fingerprints somewhere, they're onto them. How could they have committed the crime living in New York City?
What if what what if they when they were 30 they were like, all right, we both got to find wives, and they found two women that they both find attractive, and then every 6 months when they start to get tired of their wife they flip and just have sex with the other wife.
You know, you should. Have you ever heard of the movie The Prestige? It's about
Yes.
magicians. You've watched it.
Is that a Christopher Nolan one?
It's
I think it's a Christopher Nolan movie.
okay.
It's
I
Hugh
know
Jackman and Christian Bale.
yeah,
I've seen it.
but in that one, Christian Bale and his twin brother are the ones doing the act throughout the whole movie.
Well, don't wait. Don't they make clones and they kill the clone?
What are you talking about?
Aren't they able to clone? They're able to make a
Okay,
clone?
Hugh Jackman uses clones to
Oh,
duplicate
okay.
Christian Bale's trick that he was doing with his secret twin brother the entire time.
Okay.
But in that,
That's what it is.
one of the Christian Bales is in love with his wife Sarah, and the other one's in love with the assistant Scarlett Johansson. So they like would swap out, and so like when it was the wrong twin going home with Sarah, he'd be like really annoying and kind of distant.
Mm-hmm.
But
I forgot Scarlett
That's what-
Johansson was in that.
yeah, that's what your twin talk made me think of. 'Cause that's literally what they did. That movie's fantastic.
Yeah. Do you remember in The Dark Knight Rises the girl who dies at the end? She works with Bane. She was like
Yeah.
undercover. Remember her death scene? where she's like sitting in the truck and she's like kind of like I don't remember what it was.
Down.
Yeah, and she just like, my father's work is done, and then she just goes and just dies. That's the worst death scene I've ever seen from a fantastic actress.
I do know what you're talking about.
Hold on. I'm going to look it up. Let's see. Let's see here. Batman sacrifice scene. That's too fucking long. Nolan cut because he said it was so. Oh, apparently there was a big death scene that got cut because it was an NC-17. It would have been an NC-17 rating from that movie. Wait, hold on. I gotta look this thing up then. Whose death scene was it? Exploring.
It was Miranda Tate, I think.
No, I'm looking up this. I've completely lost track of that. I'm trying to look up the death scene that they scrapped because it would have been too violent. Who would they kill? Oh, it would have been the Peter Foley, Gotham's deputy police commissioner. Said it was so gruesome they had to scrap it. Foley was supposed to get run over by a vehicle that Talia al Ghul was driving following Batman's stabbing and Bane's death. Huh. It just cuts and I'm on the ground dead, but it was so violent the guy that was doubling me got hit by the car and the sound of his body hitting the cobblestone street in front of the New York Stock Exchange was sickening. I remember I looked at Christopher Nolan when we shot it and his face was white. He was like, okay, let's move on. We got that. But I was like, oh my God, is that guy going to get up? Is he okay? But Nolan said that that if he had put it in the movie, it would have got an NC-17 rating because it was so violent. I feel like, to be honest, that's a Christopher Nolan like over exaggeration.
Yeah,
Probably would have been
getting
fine.
Run over. I feel like that's not that bad.
It can't be that bad unless they like really go in on it. Yeah, there's no way. They're just fucking with us. Hold on, I'm gonna pull this thing up. Just fuck. These ads, dude. YouTube's getting crazy with the ads. It's enough.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here it is. Here's the most ridiculous scene in the fucking movie. For a great movie, this is I don't know how they went with this. I don't know how they looked at her in the eye and was like, yeah, let's fucking do this thing.
No way. This bomb will be stopped.
What are you doing?
Protection from the blast. We're gonna be all right. Double time,
It's
go!
an atom
You
bomb.
think they need to hear that right now? Why don't you let them die without hope? Come on!
So based. I love that character.
My father's work is done.
Dang. I do not remember that being so silly.
I remember watching it and I was like, that's kind of dumb, but I'm not really going to say anything because maybe I'm not getting it. And then I watched it again and I was like, that was still really bad. And then I kept watching it and I was like, this is just bad acting. And I trusted that movie so much. And I was like, that's just bad. It's just horrible.
That's how some of my favorite movies are. Just like rewatching them so many times, you just start to see some really cringy stuff that you like didn't see the first time.
Yeah. My last thought. So I posted a video that got some hate because I asked if Jesus can defeat Baby Gronk, Livy Dunn, and LSU, which. If you get upset by that, that's the most ridiculous question being asked.
I saw you post that, and I'm like, someone's gonna get upset by that.
A couple people did. Somebody said it was sacrilegious, and then the other person like wrote like a paragraph. It was like, you can't talk about our God like that. Blah blah. I was like, eyebrow. I just rolled my eyes, and but this is just following that I guess that same topic. explain to me why the cross is like the symbol, because you know about this. Why is it the symbol? Because Jesus died on the cross. Isn't that just flexing on him?
No, that's such a beyond wrong interpret. It's
Dude,
literally a symbol of hope. Like,
but like Jesus died on the
it's to
cross.
honor. Yeah, but it's to honor.
He was nailed on the
act.
cross.
Yes, for you and
You're
me.
just, but you're you're wearing the thing that he got nailed to. You're just flexing on him.
Nah.
Hey, listen,
It's a
my
symbol
guy.
of hope.
I'm sorry.
What would
but
you
I'm
rather
right.
it be? Would you rather just the Jesus fish? No one even knows where that comes from. I mean, we
Well,
do, but most people don't
I
actually.
think
know
it
what
isn't.
is.
Doesn't it have to do with like you could turn something into fish or something?
No, I heard when Christians were getting persecuted, they would draw half of that in the sand, and if the person they were talking to could do the other half, then you knew like you guys were cool. That might be completely wrong, but that's what I heard once.
It's kind of like drawing that, that cool S that everyone would draw.
Yeah, you do the lines, and it's the other person completes it.
The next I'm not even gonna say this. No, I'm gonna say it. The next persecuted religion or race should do that.
Or just like gangs start doing like in order to sniff out the rival gang, see who's cool. You have to complete the S.
So I'm just on a hot streak where I'm apparently insulting Christians. Because I quote that's what somebody said. Just because you don't respect our religion doesn't mean you should insult it. I was like, brother, I'm literally making the most outrageous statement that Jesus, you're questioning that Jesus could lose to Baby Gronk. That's almost like a compliment to Jesus, just being like, it's clearly a sarcastic statement that the guy is all powerful. Like he would easily go for 200 yards and like 2 touchdowns against Baby Gronk. Like no doubt.
And it's like that's such a waste of time to like just start getting
Just
on
to get
people
upset.
here.
Can you imagine
Especially
somebody
it's like
spending their day getting upset about
literally they don't even know who you are, and their comment won't ever do anything in the grand scheme of things.
And I'm clear, like, I think in the video, I think it's pretty goddamn clear I'm being wildly sarcastic. Even in the way I'm talking. Like, there's, like, videos of, like, I have, like, the whole video, like, not where I cut it down. And, like, you see me, like, literally, I turn a switch on in my head to, like, do that voice. And, like, I'll literally shake my head when I'm done. Where I'm like, all right, I got to get that out of my brain. Because that is just so dumb. Just moronic. But I'm having fun doing these topics because I just get to write the most ridiculous bullshit. Like these, like, just any topic too. It's so fun. I love doing it. But it's also just humiliating. Sam says she can't even watch it. She's like, I can't look at it
either.
I can't watch it either, but it does well on the socials, so that's all that matters in my opinion. All right, we're at that time.
Pick a number.
Yeah.
Oh, your mic's doing that thing again.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's like really faint. Like it's not what the mic was doing.
Whatever.
Oh, now you're good. Now you're good. I don't know what it is.
Let's see. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do 100 for episode 100. You've been 58 the past 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Episode 98, we did not we did not do the wheel.
Yo, so 97, I got really close. But was I there that?
No, you weren't there.
Oh, I'm a dang. Okay. I'm feeling, dude, the amount of 50s we've had.
I also need to go through. There's been a lot more 50s, but I do have to go through and I've said I'll do that.
53, 54, 52, 54.
I said I'll go through and get the number for a long time now, and I just haven't done that.
I'm going to do 56.
56. Angel is 62. Shit. Random. Wheel 1 to 100. All right. Let's spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, dang.
I swear to God, if it was 29, I would have jumped off a bridge. 31. 31. I was getting a little nervous. I was 2 off from my normal number. I would have ended it all. I swear to God. All right, well, yeah.
That is funny. Literally the closest it's gotten to your number. And you chose 100.
Let me think here.
Wait, is 100 even on that wheel?
Yeah, it's 1 to 100.
Okay.
Wait, let me check. Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay.
I feel like choosing 100 is the dumbest choice because it's at the end. Why would I choose 100? But it's all just one number. It doesn't matter.
Even though everything has the same chances, the amount of 50s and 60s we've had is crazy.
Yeah. That 31, I was shitting in my pants. Imagine if it was 29. That would have been horrible.
End the podcast. No more. Frick this wheel.
We just stop the whole show. We're not doing it anymore. I'm fucking done. All right. Lleyton, do you have anything?
A roller coaster in North Carolina broke off its support.
Damn.
It's like it stayed intact, but one of the roller coaster supports broke, and so like it would sway with the cart. And Luke and I rode that ride on Tuesday. They closed it yesterday.
That's almost like getting on the Titanic, or saying no to getting on the Titanic, or being the one of like the other 9 journeys that survived.
Mm-hmm.
Being like, we're good, and then that one blew up. Would you have gotten on the sub?
No. Well, okay. I don't completely blame them because it's like, honestly, Ben Shapiro is the one I got this argument from, but I think it's true. I don't watch him regularly. I'm subscribed to his Snapchat thing just because occasionally I'll click onto it and just see whatever he has to talk about. But anyway, he was talking about it, and he's like, when something's at that price range, you almost just trust that everything will go all right. Just like with an iPhone being $1,000, it's like it's got to be great then to be that much.
I'll counter with this. The leading committee on ocean exploration said you should not go down there with this thing. It is not built for that. So,
yeah, I mean, I guess they didn't do enough research beforehand, but I don't do any research about the
$250,000 price tag, or the leading committee on ocean exploration saying you shouldn't go down there. It's not safe, and then they still did it. Well,
I go on roller coasters all the time, and I don't ever check when they were last inspected or anything.
Did you spend $250,000 on this roller coaster?
No, I spent
100.
Yeah, it depends on the park. But.
So, I think if you did $250,000, you would do your fair amount of research. Why do they need to go see the Titanic? I don't fucking understand.
Yeah, that is weird. And the window in there was so tiny anyway.
It's literally on the toilet. You have to be taking a shit to look at the goddamn Titanic. Why are we going down there? It does not matter. James Cameron is the only one that should be going down there because he's got to do movies and shit. You know he's going to make a fucking movie about this. I hope he does. It'd be fucking hilarious because he's just the most ridiculous person on the planet. He does the most ridiculous shit ever. You know he found out about 9/11 down there?
Oh.
Like he was down there during 9/11, and then when he came back up, they're like, yeah, so some planes hit the towers.
Dang.
And he was like, oh my God. And you know what else he said about it? I forgot to mention this last episode. Me and Angel talked about it. He said, he goes, yeah, I find it quite ironic that, the captain of the Titanic was told not to go out there and he still went anyways, basically. And then they did the exact same thing. I was like, James, wrong fucking time. That was his official statement on the issue.
Yikes.
He's a troll. That's all he is. I think it's funny. He just does whatever he wants too. All right, well, we will see you next week. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment the whole thing. Watch the Chaotically Intolerant Classic trailer that comes out July 15th, 14 days from now. I'm literally shitting my pants because I don't have any episodes ready to go. So yeah, watch that shit. And we'll see you next week. Love you guys.
Love you guys.